I don't really think that has anything to do with surgery. I had bleeding spells for probably before 2007 actually, because that's when I had the worst of it. Every once in a while my body says, yeah, I got a problem. And I just got news that Medicaid says you're not qualified, that you are pretty sucky. At least the hospital said, well, sucky or not, we still gotta treat you decent. Thank you very much. Really, yeah. That is my big fucking... You know, they don't slice you that big if they don't have to nowadays. And I'm already, you know, because that's the way the parasites make it. I'm also commenting on what they're trying to do in so many places. They got plenty of money, they want more. And you just ain't got nothing to get. We're going to make you somehow. They had the original Total Recall on Mars. They ain't got nothing left to give me. Hey, I'll take your fucking oxygen. And we'll see what I can get out of you. Hey, parasites. Healthy people do not do that to each other. Toss that fucking bloody mess in the toilet. No, actually I don't put it in the toilet because we have a septic tank right now. So instead I throw it in the trash. Septic tanks, you gotta somehow have money to get them. Everybody's expecting them to pay you better. They don't pay that good. Not anymore. They used to. They don't anymore. Unless you're somehow considered worthy. I mean, I'm a pretty smart dude. In fact, that's probably one of my problems. I don't know. I've applied to a lot of things, and the few interviews I had, I'm older, and I got more experience than some of them, and that doesn't mean that I wouldn't respect them, but yeah, if they could choose somebody that is less than me, why wouldn't they? You know, I've seen so many who had great jobs, and now they can't get a job at all. Yeah. Somehow, you know, I gotta get something to function. Yeah, Native Americans, I mean, land is land, minerals, sunlight, water, etc. It's all very useful. It's how it's organized and manipulated, or not necessarily manipulated, but basically utilized. But if your whole ideal is in your lifetime to get extremely rich on purpose, not by accident, some people get rich by accident because what they do is so valued that they get rich, and they don't even necessarily want to be. It just kind of happens. I dig those people. Those who say, well, an example, the city just sold me the water supply, I'm going to triple it. Or they sold me a parking rates, I'm going to triple it. Do you think I like them? Or in the case of the Native Americans, you ain't got no money. Nobody really does. We do. And we can keel haul you and take over your ship and kick you out. Yeah, we did that already. They're just trying to do it again. Yeah. Mom. What? You're allowed to be here. Your mom. I always put you up for a second. I'm making a video. Oh man, you gotta see this thing for real. She paid $5 for this. I know I'm in the shadows. We had to spend $8 for a light. I put it all back together. It's really amazing. The water actually looks like it's got waves. I mean, I'm really impressed for $5 plus 7. So I'm not sure if that actually went through, but we're hoping. Oh man. Alright, well, I did half the lawn. I used an old-fashioned mower, which means I had to do it with my own energy. So the higher the grass goes, you know, the more it is tough to do. So you got to keep after it. I really would like to have a job that allows me to be me. I like activity, actually. I'm not much of somebody who would just sit there and eat. I'm not picking on them necessarily, but you know what I'm talking about. They pay some people so much to just sit on the phone or do practically nothing. I used to deliver parts, and one of the places I delivered parts to was a sewage plant in a big place, few workers sometimes, a lot sometimes. It just seemed like it, whatever time of the year it was. But some of those buildings had weight sets, so they could lift weights when they were bored. And sometimes, and this isn't just municipal, this could be anything, it's a question of how money is, or nutrients are moved around and why. But one time I delivered some parts. I was getting paid $6 an hour at the time, and I'm sure they were paid a lot more. But the whole waiting room, like a doctor's waiting room, was full of people reading magazines, and they're all getting paid, and nothing was getting done because nothing needed to be done. But if something showed up and needed to get done, you need all those people to fix it. It's like a volunteer fire company. I'm going to put this down for a second, and I'll be right back. I gotta tell you, I'm so grateful to have this house. They're still trying to figure out how to suck more juice out of us, even though we don't get raises. But they keep saying, well, maybe you'll give us more. Even the trash company tried to raise the prices 30%, $80 to $115. Like are we getting paid more?